But listen, he's over there laughing. We're up here laughing. Everybody laughing. This is serious, though. He won't be laughing Friday. This is very serious.
On his trunks or cups, I want to consider a low blow. His is up a little high. Let's do it right. Touch him up. May the best man win.
Comes into him, bends. Beautiful there. Beautiful. Turn that shoulder in. That is a...
You here? Start the fight. Yeah, huh? Start the fight.
Wait, it's over. He's trying to get it. Look at this. Al Server says, I can't believe you're doing this.
The first round was on his own, but you won't know until you taste it.
When two crazy boxers meet in the ring, you can be sure of one, the outcome will be unexpected. On October 21st, the world of boxing saw one of the most scandalous fights of the 21st century, in which the insane Mike Tyson met in the ring against an equally crazy fighter named Golota. As a result, that evening of boxing was remembered by everyone for a long time. In this issue, I will tell you in detail about this fight in which Iron Mike brought his opponent to hysterics. Drove.
Let's hope this doesn't really get out of hand now. It's getting very ugly here.
Psycho versus Psycho. This is how you can characterize the fight that took place on October 21st of the 2000th, where two notorious Iron Mike Tyson and Mad Pole Golota met in the ring. The fight was expected to be exciting, however, what happened in the end shocked absolutely everyone. But first things first, let's start with the background.
Norris, but he was very cautious, Bobby, and plain dull. Can he take that same tack, that same approach, and be successful again?
Mike Tyson in the late 90s was far from his ideal form. From the once most intimidating boxer on the planet, there was practically nothing left, but still his reputation inspired people with fear. After Tyson spent half a morning of a year-long suspension after biting off his ear in a rematch with Evander Holyfield, Tyson returned to the ring, but in the form of a bandit. The fights against Francois Bada, Orlin Norris, Julius Francis, and Blas Fares proved a certain inadequacy of the youngest champion in the history of the heavyweight division. Problems with the law, scandals, drugs, and so on, it all affected the legend. He resembled an abandoned child, so much his life was not independent in those moments. Mike broke Bada's arm, got into a fight with Savarez after the end of the fight, and only vaguely resembled a sane person. However, surprisingly, these factors only increased interest in this person. The American public did not care whether the title was at stake with the participation of Tyson. Zelazny made a show in the confrontation with any opponent. At that time, it was difficult to find who was more scandalous than him, but such a character still existed, and his name was Golota. It was he who entered the ring with Tyson.
Gone by his ribcage. I don't think it's possible to fight anything even remotely close to that and survive, never mind win.
There's an explanation for Golota's tardiness. Let's get it from Jim Gray.
Well, there's been some controversy the last day and a half, according to the promoters of this fight.
Golota is an American boxer of Polish origin, who in the 90s was one of the most promising, I emphasize white heavyweight boxers, since high-quality white heavyweights were a rarity in those days. The fighter possessed all the qualities of a future champion with the exception of one single minus mentally. He was not psychologically stable, and every time he arranged some kind of crazy brawls. What is his fight with one of the best boxers of the 20th century? Riddick Bowe. In the first fight, Golota knocked out his opponent with a forbidden blow to the groin. After that, a mass brawl began in the arena. In the rematch, the Pole beat the American boxer, but managed to punch below the belt in the 9th round and again lost by disqualification.
And down goes Bowe again!
Yeah, that's it.
And Cotton is not thinking disqualification.
After that, by the way, his opponent did not fight for 8 years, which is not surprising after such blows. You can also recall the incident of the pole in the battle with Samson Spider, where our desperate hero grabbed the opponent's shoulder with his teeth. In short, this fighter was even crazier than Tyson, and in each fight he was distinguished by, to put it mildly, some controversial action. But the scandal of the two boxers only increased the interest of fans in this fight. In August of the 2000th year, journalists announced this battle officially. The audience in Michigan didn't care what shape the athletes were in and whether they were ready for battle. The presence of each of the characters in the ring guaranteed the show, and the arrival of two brawlers in the ring at once left no chance for a boring pastime.
I'm not Muhammad Ali. I'm not capable of predicting rounds, and I'm not clairvoyant. But listen, he's over there laughing. We're up here laughing. Everybody's laughing. This is serious stuff.
Ability, we're going to win the fight, and I hope it's going to be a clean fight. That's what I'm looking for, and that's all I'm concerned. Thank you.
6'5", to me, he's a little boy. To me, he's very small. 6'5", 240, but to me, he's very, very small.
Mike Tyson is a legend, Was the youngest heavyweight ever, who won the title. And you know what? It was a time to break it,
I don't know nothing about being a heavyweight champ. Only thing I know how to fight, right? I'm a nigga, right? Shit, no, really. I'm not saying like I'm a black person, but I'm a street person. I don't even want to be a street person. I don't even like typical street people. But that's just who I became and what happened in my life. And
somebody said maybe I'm dirty, but it's not the truth, It's the truth, and I'm taking a shower like 3 times a day, So believe me that.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing the one and only Iron Mike Tyson.
The energy of this fight was simply incredible. When the boxers stood against each other, everyone froze in anticipation. The gong of the fight began.
Under pressure. Here we go.
Mike Tyson actively started the fight trying to hit Golota with his left. The pole withstood the pressure and did not work badly with a jab. Andizedge was cautious and worked correctly, but in the last 30 seconds of the first round, Mike picked up the pace and ended up with an accurate right kick. From the side, the knockdown did not seem heavy. The pole sat on his ass, but at the same time he first touched the floor with his hand. As soon as he got up, the round ended. And then the fun begins. During the break, the pole asked his seconds to stop the fight.
Deep breath. You gotta fight. Throw your punches fast. Come on, let's go.
Intake low for Golota to feel the power of Tyson.
At the beginning of the second round, Tyson again accurately punches his punches and looks much better, but Golota was also not bad. He definitely did not look doomed. It was as if the pole was saving energy, knowing that Iron Mike would get tired in the later rounds.
All over Golota. There, a big right hand again by Mike Tyson.
Golota's holding on the inside a lot. He learned, if you tie him up on your
Rights to the head. There's another right hand. Golota's chin withstanding that, but how much more can he take? Tyson again jumping all over. Tyson again jumping all over. A left hook, and he shoots to the body.
Golota hit him with a nice right hand too. Got Mike's attention a little bit. Here that big right hand got more souped.
However, after the end of the halftime round, Andizedge refused to continue fighting. Mike Tyson at this time with an evil face tried to approach the opponent or pretended that he wanted to do it. He was restrained by a guy from the team. Golota at this time walked back and forth, then left the ring. While he went to the locker room, all sorts of garbage flew into him from the stands. In the end, someone hit the pole with red soda. It spilled over Andizedge's chest as if he was covered in blood. After the fight, Golota found the strength to give an interview, spoke unintelligibly, stuttered a lot, did not look important at all, although during the fight he seemed quite healthy.
First of all, it wasn't my day today, but I got a headbutt. A referee didn't respond pretty much well as he's supposed to.
But you're a warrior, Andrew. You're a fighter. But you're a fighter that the crowd pays.
I got dizziness in my head. That's it.